Okay, so this little clip we're going to look at position and movement. In fundamentals free course that we did, we looked at being able to hold pads safely and correctly, but it was from a static stance, as it should be for beginners. But now we're going to bring in movement, and movement brings its own challenges and makes everything a little bit more different. When we add movement, it changes the balance, it changes the distance, it changes the angles. And if you as a pad holder don't adapt to that, then that's when the sort of pads fall away and the session gets a little bit messy. So we're looking at adding movement, but as long as we keep the same fundamental rules that we had, the balance, the structure, the position, the angles, the distance, then everything will be fine. If we don't have that, that's when the movement becomes messy. So look, fun with Jensen. The first thing that we're going to do is, so we've looked at this, for example, staying static. So we've done this already in that first video. 1, 2, boom, boom, good, across, good. And you notice, look, everything is right, my pads are right, I'm still in a good position. 1, 2, foot cross, boom, boom. Everything works well. It's when we start adding movement that things fall apart. And I've seen this in my own club, I've seen it in other things. What happens is people move, but the legs get crossed. The hands move before the feet, so things get a bit messy. So as an example, look, this is what can happen. So if we're starting moving around, look, and I'm holding, look, 1, 2, look, he's starting to chase for pads. 1, good, kick. I'm holding stuff before there. So I need to move my feet first. So if we look at this nice and easy, look, my hands are down, I move first. So he's in range, step. Good, so hopefully he's going to follow. Start again. He's going to move laterally with me. Good. We notice here, look, this is just a random point. I'm moving laterally. He wants to keep that same distance. So what Jensen's doing, he's stepping towards me. Do that again. He's going to get hit. So if he walks laterally, he keeps the same distance. There you go. That's what movement means. So we move here. Kick. Good. So what happens? My feet are moving first. Then the pads are there. I'm not moving the pads first and then trying to catch up with it. He doesn't want to be chasing the strikes. Jab. Look. He's going to have to keep the distance. Here. Here. 2 switch kick. Good. Cross. So things are now getting a little bit more uppercut. Uppercut hook. Good. Add the rear knee. Good. Things are getting a little bit more alive. We're moving. He's keeping the range. But he's not chasing the pads. He's not being here. He's waiting. I'm moving. So think of it like this. Look, as a pad holder, I move, I set, I hold, I move. Yep. Here. Here. Uppercut. Good. Here. Switch kick. Good. Step gallop kick. Good. So that's if the pad holder is moving myself. The striker can move as well. So if he moves, I need to follow. Because look, if he moves backwards and I'm not aware, it's not going to work. So we're here, look, I'm just letting him move. And then I'm in position. Good. So if we go slow, look, he's moving, I'm following, then I hold. Good. See, things are nice and solid. We're not getting out of position. What makes it more alive is if we're both moving, which should be more like a real fight. So we're here, and this is where pad holders should be. Look, we're both moving around. But look, if I want something, I hold. I'm not kick. Holding while I move. It doesn't work. We're here. Look. Maybe I walk towards him, he pivots. Good. Look at my feet as a pad holder. I'm not crossing my feet. I'm not doing here. I'm being in position. Let's go free knee. Good. Let's go free knee. Let's go back a bit. Free knee. Push. Kick. See, movement has been added into there. We're making progressions through movement. We're giving him different movement patterns, which he's following. When it comes to progressions, a lot of people think progression means adding more punches or adding more strikes, but it really doesn't. It's making more movement. So, for example, look, it's very, very simple. Jab, cross, boom, boom. We can make that better by stepping out of range. Now he steps into range, jab, cross. We've added movement there. And again, let's step into range, jab, cross, switch kick. Good. So now look, let's step into range, jab, cross, I'll move back, walking kick. Good, let's do that again. So we've just added movement on there. Let's go jab, rear kick. Good, so let's go jab, step, gallop, rear kick. So we're just adding movement, not adding more complicated combinations, we're just adding a bit more movement. And again, look, I'm keeping everything here. Cross it knee. So, all we've done is we've added movement, but we've kept the structure, we've kept the balance. We're not letting the partner chase the pads, we're not crossing our feet, we're getting into position, holding, moving. We're progressing through movement rather than progressing through adding extra combinations and overloading the system that way. Good, so that's just an introduction to adding movement to pad work.